This week sees the proposed magic changes come to the live game, and with them come a couple of patches. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The FSOA and Anime Dead changes that players were able to test have made it into the live game without any further changes. The polls used were supposed to be for feedback only and not the deciding factor that changes would come through or not. The Reddit thread had thousands of comments, but it does seem like the balancing changes were more of a necessity than anything else. These changes mean that the FSOA fires ability hits instead of auto attacks that deal an average of 90% damage and can no longer be used for crazy heals with a spell like Blood Barrage. The damage you deal with this weapon will still be around the same for most people using it, including myself, if not more if you're camping dual wield after using your FSOA spec. Anime Dead takes a heavy hit though and now only works against core damage types, so no type plus, poison or reflect damage can be reduced by Anime Dead. Additionally, the damage reduction is significantly lower and it can only reduce damage to a maximum of 60% instead of 75%. This change makes it so that you'll need more food at places like Zuck and Zamrak, while AFK methods like AFK Hellware are dead content until further notice. And by further notice, I mean someone figuring out a new cheese strategy or because of the introduction of a new item making it possible to AFK Hellware once more. It seems that the community taking a stance against no additional combat action bars for Necromancy is working because instead of a definitive no, it's now a maybe, and Mod Ryan is investigating adding around 3 additional action bars, making the total amount of action bars you can have 18 and adding 20 to 50 bank spaces. By investigating, I'm going to assume it's looking if this can fit within the scope of the project before the skill's released this year. You're now able to use movement abilities in other areas, including the Temple Trekking minigame, Flash Powder minigame, Troll Invasion D&D, and the first cave in the Tale of the Muspa quest. Sandy clues now count for the clue task when trying to obtain the Golden Cape shard for clue scrolls, and here's a friendly reminder to do those Sandy clues as they're fantastic money. Guide linked in the description below. Jagex has updated a dozen or so skill guide entries, including things such as describing god swords to provide more information as to what they do in the attack skill guide. Players are no longer able to duplicate their Ring of Kingship by leaving their Daemonheim dungeon. The game will be offline for about 3 hours starting tomorrow at 10 AM British Summer Time, and finally certain interfaces now have improved text readability. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this week's news. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.